Hi everybody, sorry we're a couple of minutes late, I think maybe. The events of the day just overtook me. Sorry. Anyway, I'm here now. And today we are doing a tag, and the tag prompt for today was mushrooms. So I did post on the group what I'd done, but I'll show you what I've done because it's in my book, my tag book. Haven't done the backs of these yet, that's a bit naughty. Oh, it's not in that one, must be in the other one. I thought I put it in that one, but what do I know? Yeah, there we are. The, oh, she's got a bit of glue on her. It's a giant mushroom, I mean it's giant. And she's standing there looking all smug because she's saying, yep, that's my husband. He's the champion mushroom climber. And he's quite small because he's way up. You know, he's miles up, after climbing up. Maybe he climbed up these sort of plants and then got onto, I don't know how he did it, but he's done it anyway. So she's all smug with herself because she's got a champion husband and he's sitting there with his legs crossed. Yeah, I could do that, piece of cake. So that was my practice one. So today we're going to make a one for the, the other journal, this journal. And when I get to 13, I'm not sure how many I've got actually. Let's have a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So after next week, I'm going to start a new one because they're getting a bit alligator-mouthed. And if I keep putting them in, well, I mean, I could put bigger rings in, but it would start to be a bit unwieldy. And I thought 13 was a good number because it's quarter of a year. Oh, hooray, I've finally found myself. Very reluctant to, and I need to swap that to live chat. Yeah, your video, it should say live chat and then live chat underneath it there. So, right, there we are. So that's that. So we need to get on with making our thingy, tag. Right. Where are all my tag things? Here we are. So I'm using Edith Accordion paper because, as you know, the Timmy Accordion book that I have been making has now come to an end. I've loved making that. I've loved the fact that you've joined along with me. You've seen me make every single thing that's gone in that journal, and I've really, really loved it. I'll show you it later. It's for sale on my Etsy shop actually at the minute, but it's got a nice little stand with it. But I'll show you it later on. So,
Lorna says she got out of bed for this, so make it good.
Oh, Lorna.
No pressure.
Oh, Lorna. Yeah, and the thing that I'm going to replace the Timmy Accordion book with is an Edith Accordion accordion book, but more on that later. So because I had all my Edith stuff, not all my Edith stuff, no, because I had some of my Edith stuff out, I thought that I just got into the Edith mood, so I thought I would make this tag Edithy. And those Edith aficionados amongst us will know that she has got toadstools. I don't know what they are, fungi of some sort. So I fussy cut them out. Lorna, I fussy cut them. That's worth the admission alone, surely. Look at the fussy cutting involved. And I also fussy cut a couple of, I think that's ivy. I've long since got rid of the page that it came on. That, and it had a couple of leaves, random leaves with it. And then this, which is also ivy. I mean, I actually had to get my scalpel at work to fussy cut these, so hope you like them. So I quite want that in the centre. So it's just a matter of where I'm going to put this, really. No, probably more up there. There's a flower going like that, and there's a stem, so you can see this is the way it's growing. So maybe there. I could possibly get that leaf over the top there. Not that one, no, that's a stem. Yeah, like that. That'd be quite nice, I think. And then these two random ones. You can always cut stems off and things, you know. Maybe, I don't know, like that perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe like that. Or maybe like that. Yeah, quite like that. That looks okay. That looks quite organic. And then I've got this piece of ivy that I thought I would put down the bottom somewhere. And it's just about the exact right length, which is a bit spooky. So there you go. That's my tag. See you later. That was a bit rude, wasn't it, Mr. F? Yeah, a little bit.
On your scale, yes. On mine, probably not.
Right, so what am I going to glue down first? Well, you always glue down the things that are in the background. I'm not going to ink around these. I have inked around the tag with vintage photo, but very, very lightly. I'm not sure that I'm a huge lover of inking Edith, but I'm definitely not going to ink the fussy cuts, because sometimes it can just bring them down. Just makes them sad. Yes?
Fancy Nancy's here now, so we can do a roll call.
Okay.
Judy.
Hi, Judy.
Janya.
Hello, Janya.
Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Gonnie.
Hi, Gonnie.
Shaz.
Hi, Shaz.
Sharon.
Which one?
Hales.
Hi, Sharon.
Roz.
Hello, Roz. Hello, Jim.
Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Fancy Nancy and Will.
Hi, Fancy Nancy and Will.
Violet.
Hello, Violet.
Kerry.
Hello, Kerry.
JJ.
Hi, JJ.
Lorna.
Hi, Alona.
Amanda.
Hello, Amanda.
Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Kim.
Hello, Kim.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Louise.
Hello, Louise.
Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Think that might be everybody.
Well, that's really good of you to join me this morning. Thank you very, very much. Kim, you were asking where I got the feet for the little stand. I just got them off Amazon. I just put in feet. What do you search for those little feet?
Feet for jewellery boxes.
Feet for jewellery boxes, and that's what popped up. So, right, yeah, I was going to glue, wasn't I? Yeah. So I'm going to start with this one because it's kind of in the background. I don't need the stem on it, so I'm going to get it gone. Oh, come on. Glue that. Lovely. Well, I don't know where all our sunshine went. We had a lovely sort of week, maybe even week and a bit. Now it's gone. It's disappeared on us. And we're just left with this sort of middling weather, can you call it? You know, just, as they'd say up here, neither out nor something. Just dull. Not cold, not warm. Just nothing. So I hope wherever you are, you're having that sort of weather too, or nicer. It's better than having floods or, you know, anything nasty. So this is going to go up under there like that. Just make sure it's not sticking outside the edge of the thingy tag. Right, now then, this I want to glue apart from that leaf.
Jen says, did you say the ivy was also Edith? Sorry, I missed that part.
Yeah, it's also Edith. It's all Edith. But I feel I should tell you, I should come clean. I've used my German edition. Now, I don't know if that... It looks to me to be brighter. I don't remember seeing, ivy this bright in Edith. But then you've got to ask yourself the question, is it in keeping with Edith? Like, you know, you've asked the question because you obviously aren't sure that it looks like Edith. And I can understand that. So I like it because I like the size. It's a slightly smaller book.
Junior says it's beautiful in Florida, just a bit chilly.
Bit chilly?
Yeah, but that's probably chilly to her.
I wonder what...
It's probably baking to us.
I wonder what her idea of chilly is. Let's move that. Let's get that in there. That's going behind there. Oh, my life.
And Cheeky Saver says good morning from Canada.
Good morning, Toby. Hope you're well. I think that's about right. Does that look about right? I haven't really glued that down because I think I can just snip that off. Yeah, that looks all right. Let's not snip with the tweezers because they don't do it awfully well.
Jim says, is that where it came from, the German version?
Yeah.
It looks great, I just don't remember that image, but then again, what did I have for breakfast? I don't know.
Depends what Mike cooked you, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, the German book, which is here, it looks to me to be slightly brighter.
Jenya says she's wearing a sweater and socks.
Oh my goodness. Must be really cold. I don't know, maybe I'm imagining it. No, I think that it's kind of the same. It came from somewhere near the back, I think, Jen. But yeah, I was using my German version because, as you see, it's smaller than the regular Edith. So the pictures that you get sometimes are just the right sort of size. You know, not quite so big. Because Edith's about 9 inches tall, isn't she? Well, my journal isn't going to be 9 inches tall. Anyway, let's crack on. Let's crack on. Is that glued down yet? We're all glued down. We're all right.
Mike says homemade potato patties with cheese in them.
Oh, that sounds delicious. We've already had our main meal of the day, which was homemade chicken chow mein. It was gorgeous. Just dawned on me there's no Keong. Oh, she's asleep again. She's got a weird sleeping pattern at the moment. Read for that, she's up all night and sleeps all day. Yeah, I bet she's asleep. She has at last been putting some videos out, which I'm really, really pleased to see. That's Keong Shot Well, in case you want to pop over and have a look at her videos. They're always worth watching. Even if it's just for infectious laughter. Right, let's see if we can get that in there. Kind of where we want it. About there, I think. Whoa, that looks all right to me. Looks all right to me. So I've just got to glue this bit here that I didn't glue before because I wanted to put the toadstooly thing underneath it. Got a brand new clip. Well, it's not brand new. It's a clean Timmy towel today. So I thought my other one was getting. I think it was putting more dirt on than it was picking up, to be honest. And then this bit of ivy here. Yeah. Now, if, unlike me, you were sensible enough, mind you, mine would have been in German, sensible enough to keep the names, you could put the labels on of the things that that's on your page. I didn't think that far ahead. But as I say, they would have been in blooming German anyway. I don't speak German, so it wouldn't have been much help to me. I mean, some of the words you kind of recognise because they obviously come from the same base, I suppose, whatever you want to call it. But some, no, I haven't got a chance. So I'm looking forward to doing this Edith project. It's going to be a bit different. No, it's not going to include Tim Holtz. Although, I can't promise it won't. If I'm looking for a bit of ephemera that I know Tim does, and I want it. It's going in. Right, let's get this stuck down. About there. I quite like that. Look at this fussy cutting, man. My oh my. I was a demon with those scissors, I can tell you. And that, ladies and gents, I think, is my tag done, really. Please admire the fussy cutting. Are you looking for the man that I had standing on? Yeah, I didn't like him. I thought you put him on, didn't you?
No.
No. Yeah, I had a little guy who was standing on there. But I don't think I like him. I don't know. Jury's out. What do you think, guys? Little guy or no little guy? That's it with the little guy on. That's it without.
Without. Saving for another occasion.
With. Oh, without.
It's not that you don't like him, you just don't like him there.
Oh, I love the little guy. He's the only one I've got left of him. I really like him. I'm going to just try inking around this again. I'm really doing it kind of light.
Most people say no little guy.
No little guy. That's what I think. No little guy. I think the nature speaks for itself.
Lorna says a little Alex in Wonderland.
Very good, Lorna. That's good for you at this hour of the morning.
She's obviously had a coffee.
Yeah. I quite like that now. I've inked round it, actually. What was I talking about before? Who knows?
Michelle says she loves the mushrooms so much.
Well, she's a mushroom girl. She loves mushrooms.
And Toby says, do you have a fairy sitting die?
I have a sitting die, yes. Fairy sitting die.
Yeah. A fairy sitting down. I don't think you've got any fairies, have you?
No fairies, but I can make fairies because I have transparent wings. So I can make anybody a fairy. Mr. F's looking at me kind of troubled. I could if I wanted to. So that's it. I hope you like it. It all seems very simplistic, but I can tell you that it took a long time to do all that fussy cutting. So that will go in our journal, whichever one, I can't quite remember which is the one it's going in. I do like those birds from last week, actually. It's going in this one. I made some new pages today for my book. So, yeah, that'll go in like that and I'll, whatever. So, that's it. That job is now complete. Right, I've got things to show you. I don't know if I can get that up there without them falling off. Yeah, of course I can. Mr. F, could you please pass me over the Tim Holtz style accordion book with stand?
The one that's nearer you than me.
I'm so sorry. You should have just said it's there. Right, here we go. Here it is. This is the accordion book that you've watched me make every single page of, and it comes with a little stand like this that you can put on your shelf. It would display nicely in that. And the other side is this one with the suitcases. When it's standing up, it fills the thing. It goes, it's like that. I've used Tim Holtz fabric, the same fabric as I've used for the hinges of the journal. And I've decorated the front and back, or back and front, whichever way you choose. And it's got these little feet on that Mr. F has made to look rusty. So inside is a little cushioned pad for it to park itself on. It's all lined with Tim Holtz paper, and on the bottom, and there we have it. That's that. Let's have a quick look through here. This can be the start, this can be the front cover, or this can be the front cover. It really doesn't matter, because you just go do 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 like that. You just keep going until you get fed up, and I'm not fed up yet, I can tell you. I'll just walk you through it. I know most of you have seen it. So here's this lady getting married. She looks like she's getting married. Bits of vintage scraps, a chip quote that says "Be true." Here, more flowers, beautiful little girl in there, and that's torn, held with a mini clip. Safety pin there, holding some bits together. These bottles that we did, was that last Sunday we did those? Might have been.
Might have been, you know.
Yeah. And I've put labels on them. I just love those bottles. I really, really, really love them. So expect to see those popping up somewhere. A little tag in there. It says poison at the bottom. That's out of Lorna's The Pharmacist, I think it's called The Pharmacist, set, which I've had for ages, and I only ever used tiny bits of it, but it's so useful. That's the oval one. It's got acetate. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you go. Acetate. 2 Timmy butterflies. Got a little tag in there with a butterfly doodah. And 2 tags there. This one opens up, and it's actually got some journaling in here. So it opens like that. Journaling. And this is one of these photographs that Tim's just released. I'll call him Tim because obviously I know him very well. They're called snapshots, and I've left that one completely untouched because I love it the way it is. There's loads of ways I could have aged that. 101 ways, but I've just left it. I've paper clipped it to the side there, and obviously take it out and journal on the back of it. Journal on this, journal any way you like, really. And it's just this string and button closure. Come on. And I've put a little flare there, and it says "Hope is never lost." And then we're on to this one, which is the 3 suitcases, which is another one that really tickles me. I love it. They just look so old, so wonky. I really, really love them. And I could see a sort of stack of 5 or 6 or whatever, because they all come individually. You have to build them. And I mean, these little things are tiny little things. So... have we done this side? No. A paper pocket with some roses on, a salvage tag that I've stamped on, lots of little bits of ephemera. This is on with brads down here and 3 buttons. The happy couple. These look like bridal flowers to me, sort of peach roses. They look like you'd have them in a wedding bouquet, perhaps, something like that. And I've put dreams underneath because everybody's happy. Well, I think everybody's happy when they get married. And I've just got a little card in behind there, a couple of bits of ephemera clipped on with an index clip, and that just pops into there. They never pop in when you're doing a flip through, never, ever, ever. I love this page, I really love it. She looks forlorn, doesn't she? She really does look forlorn, and she's looking out through this window. And I've just used that window the way it came out of the pack. I haven't done anything to it. But I can tell you, I was itching. I was absolutely itching to put grit paste on it or something, just give it some texture. But I've left it as it is. I've given her a little rose at her neck. This up on the window, that's remnant rubs. Lots of ephemera bits around, that's remnant rub there. This little metal number here held on by screw top brads. And then here, see, this is my ability to make anybody a fairy. I'm not saying the little lad's a fairy because that's got nasty connotations. But he's leaning up against this thing that says wings. And he's got wings. These transparent wings. Here we've got a bit of ephemera held on by faux aged packing tape and a little file foldery. That's out the backdrop set. A set of papers. I do love the backdrops. I love them so much more than the 12 by 12s. I find them so much more usable. You don't have a heart attack every time you tear into them. And then that brings us back to there. So that's it. It's got 10 sides, and it's just lovely. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So that's going to go in there. It's listed on Etsy right now. And thank you, Mr. F. And I don't know, and something, I don't know what.
Louise says it's an amazing book. You should send your friend Tim a video of it.
My friend Tim. Right, so
I'm
this
on
is...
speed dial. Oh no, that's just the supplier, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Jen says, have you ever thought of doing it vertically?
Well, kind of yes. I don't know if any of you watched the 2022 ideology release video that Tim did. But one of the makers on there had made I'd used one of the boxes that he makes for vignettes, and she had a book in it. It was an ordinary, it was accordion sort of thing, but it came out horizontally. But looking at it, I thought that would be fantastic if you either made it vertically or you made it flip out all 4 ways. Yeah, so those are kind of in my head, mulling around. Good luck in there. I can get rough.
You need a life jacket.
So this is the other one that I was doing. I'm still doing. It's not quite complete yet. And it's more, should I call it arty? More what? It's sort of arty, I suppose. And it's also much bigger. This has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 sides. So it's much bigger. And it's some of the bits you'll recognise from the one that I've just shown you. Suitcases, for example. I've just slit that pocket there and tucked this in. It's glued, so it's not going to come out, but I quite like that. And it just says, see the world. And then it flips open. This page is still to do. This girl here, that was a lacy frame from Tim. It's a bit of fabric down here. Flowers, remnant rubs, yeah. Here, this little girl. She always looks like she's Swiss to me. She could be Austrian, but I just get that vibe off her. She is brave. And the flowers that I've used throughout the book. This, you'll recognise from the other one, is the acetate oval with lots of bits behind it, including a tag in there. Has it got a tag in there as well? Yeah, salvage tag there. Is that the one that's off? Yeah. And it says if only she could fly. And it's that lady. If you've got these people, you will know who that lady is. She looks so like she's so nervous to even be there. And I've put wings behind it, and then if only she could fly, and typed that out on my little dyno machine. So that's the tag that goes in there, I think. I don't quite know where it came from. I'll put it in later. Then this guy, I really like him. He's sat on theirs. He's got some ephemera there. I've stamped proprietor there because it says for. So I've just put proprietor. That comes from a stamp that says proprietor of dreams. So I've just, not stamped the of dreams and just put proprietor. Stamped there. Got some stuff going on here with a safety pin. I got a little ticket tag there with a story stick. It's a number that goes in there. That's a remnant rub off there on that index clip, and that's got a condemned. it's a salvage tag, condemned. I quite like it. Then this little lady. And this says use your wings, and as you can see, she is the person that I've decided should have wings this time. I've also embossed with saltwater taffy embossing glaze her dress and her little socks, and she looks gorgeous. This flower here is from the worn wallpaper scraps. Looks nice. Well, I like it. Then here we've got this page, and this. Oh my goodness, look at this. It is a blue tag. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. So I've added just a little bit of ephemera, floral ephemera, and a blue butterfly, which I have embossed with a really thick embossing, and that goes into there because it's got a butterfly there, held down with faux aged. Now this just flips up, and that comes out. That's the inside. Same here. I've put a number on there. Attached that with some aged sellotape. Butterflies, a daddy and his two girls, I think. A ticket, because they're going to the circus, so that's their ticket. And that's that page, and it just tucks away behind there. Then the bottles, yes, you definitely recognise those. This one says shake well before using, but it's the same bottles, and I've got flowers, and we use that paint chip stuff, you know, where the catalogues that they show you the colours that they sell, and that's got a tag in behind there. That still needs to be done. This page, which is contender for being my favourite, it's just a pocket. I've just ripped some of the backdrop paper. I put a safety pin through here, and then glued it onto there, but it looks like it's all safety pinned together with a number there. That's a remnant rub. And this guy, I just love him. He's one of those giant portrait people that's just come out. So I've torn the bottom off because I didn't want him looking too straight. This is from Urban Layers. I've put that behind him there. It's a collage pocket card. And then on the back, you see that cheeky little face in there. Oh, he's just gorgeous. So I've put that on. It's also from the Urban Layers, and they're the right size. They fit together. So I've backed it with that. Then I've got call collect, and time limit is an hour, because I guess this little guy is going to call home. And then just a little number that I've got faux tape on. And I really, really, really like that tag. I like it when he's just his eyes are peeping out. It looks a bit surreptitious. Then we've got this, which is the mushroom one. A little tag in there. This little pocket down here with washi tape on. I've made that label just by stamping a number and safety pinned it onto there. Then there's a little tag here behind with a little extra tag inside. So there's quite a few tag things going on. And then this is fabric. A photograph, I think she might be a found relative, possibly. Cross stitch across the top, butterfly, just some letters, random letters. That in there, and then another tag in the back, flower and a butterfly, and just some paper on the back. Little collage in there. I've stamped on the front. Then here, just got this mini clip here holding these two bits of ephemera, and they're just holding that still. I've got flower, a bow, some lace, remnant robes, washi tape, yeah, the whole shooting match. And then here it just flips down like that, so you can see her in all her beauty, and she is a very beautiful woman. So there's all of that going on. Here we've got kind of a happy couple, and I don't know why, but the button shift lock was absolutely shouting to me that it wanted to be there, and I don't really know. I don't know. It's like they're getting married, and shift lock just seemed appropriate for some reason. This is one of the new collage cards. They're really gorgeous. Couple of bits of ephemera held on with an index clip. And it says the word love, and this little garland down there, flowers behind them. Then this beauty again, she's gorgeous. And this is a game spinner. Those of you that have hung around with me for a while know that I've used these before in various things. So this is the first page, and it just flips over. This is the second. This is the third, which is held on with washi, back and front. just various bits, which I did glue the washi as well as just sticking it on. Little pocket there with a couple of tickets. I made those sides. These sides were what came in the ticket book. So they go in there. One of the new portraits, just with, well, it could be his birthday, couldn't it? Could be the day he was born. So that all folds back and that comes over the top. Then this girl, she's beautiful. I love her. A collage card behind her, some florals up there, and just some wallpaper. This is wallpaper that I had and a bit of lace down there. This guy, it's a similar sort of thing to the one that you saw in the other book. This is worn wallpaper, floral, guy hiding in there. That's held back by a mini clip. And then we've got the little butterfly on the tag. Keep life simple. Yeah, if only. And then I stamped on the back. And that's the end of that. Still didn't find out where she went. Anyway, that's that one. It will be finished this week. Right. Is it time for rum and coke?
Rum and coke. I can make you a brew if you wanted a brew.
It's my turn to choose next week's theme. Yeah, I hadn't forgotten. I had not forgotten. Could you fetch me, please, a throat lozenge? And then it's time to get cracking with something. Yeah. God, is it only? Have I done all that in 35 minutes?
Oh, what? You haven't done now.
I've gone through stuff. Right. Let me show you then. This is our new accordion book. Thank you. And you will notice straight off that it is larger. Just hoping that this is clean. It should be. Yeah, it's considerably larger. It's actually an inch taller, so it's 7 inches tall, and it's an inch wider, so it's 5. So it's 7 by 5, and it's got the same number of pages that the Tim Holtz inspired accordion book has. So, you know, it'll have a similar sort of feel to it. Mr. F made it for me, and he's covered the hinges with Edith fabric, and he's actually gone round the edges with Edith wallpaper, because what we didn't want was when you stuck the piece on and you stuck the piece on there, because Edith's so light, we didn't want the grey board to show. So he's done a cracking job. That's marvellous. So I have been readying myself, and I have made some pages. Now let me tell you, when I came up with this idea, I was all cock-a-hoop, yeah, brilliant. And then I went on YouTube, and lo and behold, Edith from Scrapbooking with Me has already done something. It's not the same, but it's, you know, it's kind of similar. So I want to say it's my idea because it was, but then I saw hers. So, you know, if you want to see what she did, you know, Scrapbooking with Me, she's a wonderful woman. She really is. She works so hard. But she made a very nice kind of, I think it's like a concertina tag book, hers. So it's a little bit different. But what I did was, because I'm sure, like you all, I have got loads of Edith remnants. And I mean loads. I mean, this is just a fraction. And so I decided I was going to cut out 2-inch squares and just make collages. Make collages for the pages. And then I could work on them, work on top of them. So the idea is the cover will be different. The covers back and front will be different. They'll be more dramatic. I don't know if dramatic's the word. But these are going to go, they're going to get stuck on there, and they're going to be decorated. And I think they're lovely. I'll show you how I made them but I've got, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and if I came across a cream piece, which just so happens it's the top 2 on these, I'm not worried about that, because there's plenty butterflies and things in Edith that I can actually fussy cut and just put there, and they'll look great. There's also words, you know, like, well, this is German, but, you know, like the months of the year, or, you know, the bit just inside the book where it says, it doesn't say it in this German one.
Mike wants to know, is that just a zigzag stitch?
Yeah, where it says the country diary of an Edwardian lady, you could cut those words out and you could use those if you've got any dodgy bits, right? That's bits that don't actually meet as, oh, my nose is so itchy, that don't actually meet as nicely as you thought they might have done. Yes, Mike, it's a zigzag, all inside, all the bits along here are zigzagged, but I actually just straight stitched around the edge. So yeah, you can see it probably better on that side. I've just zigzagged around all the pieces and then straight stitched the edge. And that's kind of what it turns out like. But you do sometimes, there's a piece here, for example, I don't know if you can see that I just haven't caught the stitches with. I don't know what I was thinking about, but obviously not sewing that. So that needs, you know, a word or something over there, so as people don't see it and think, blimey, she can't sew.
Would like to know where you get Edith Accordion books.
Mr. F furnishes me with my books from charity shops, and he looks and looks and looks and looks, and sometimes he's lucky and he gets one. So, is this the right size?
Only if I find enough books first.
Right, so this is the size 5 by 7, okay? And for the purposes of this, I'm going to use art glitter. So it's just cream card. This is the same stuff as I built my tags and my tag book with. It's 160 GSM, but I'm unsure what that is in pounds. Google will tell you, no doubt. And I've just taken some remnants and cut them up into 2-inch squares. If you've got a 2-inch punch, your quid's in. I don't, so I had to cut all these out. So what I'm going to do, because oh no, the 2.5, are they? Yeah, the 2.5-inch squares. So those of you that have gone off already and started cutting, sorry guys, the 2.5-inch. I'm just going to scratch my nose because it's driving me mad. I don't know why. So this is what I've got cut at the moment, but you know, I just keep going into my bag of remnants and getting some more out. So it's up to you which you like. I like the text and I like, you know, the flowers. But because the 2.5 inches, I can get 2 across here. But it's 7 inches, so I can't get 3. So I'm just going to drop that down off there just a little bit, and then it'll be the same top and bottom. Oh, that's nice. It's not cut very well, but it's nice. Crab apple, yeah, let's go with that. And I'm not inking them. That's a conscious thing by me. If you want to ink yours, by all means do it. By all means. That's got not much of anything anywhere. Oh, that's quite pretty. Let's put that over there. Now, if you're really good at this and you get them properly lined up, what you cut off down that side should fit that side. I'm not that good. I'll just say that I'm not that good. That's quite nice, little bee bee houses. I was going to say hives, aren't they? The bee houses. Oh, that's nice. I prefer that to that. Let's put that there. Let's put that up there. What I'm trying to avoid is always having, you know, like when you play, is it called tic-tac-toe? Noughts and crosses.
Yeah.
You know, where you always have your three in a line and whatever. I don't want them all to look like that. This is a good one though for that side, because it's just got a little bit on it there, so I can make use of that. So there we are. I'm happy with that. It's perfectly fine, I think. So as I said, just for this purpose, I'm going to use art glitter. I'm going to sew it anyway, so glue stick would do fine. But because I am sewing it, I actually don't need to go overboard with the art glitter. Just a little bit like that is fine. And then when I come to sew it, it'll all be held beautifully. So try and get that edge straight, because this is the sort of edge that everything's going to go off. Right, like that. And just carry on, stickety stick. Stickety stick. If you're going to be doing these straight after, you know, do them and then sew them, it's a good idea not to not to get glue where you're going to sew. You just chop my head off a minute, please. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, I'm back. So now I'm going to put this middle piece on. And you get the picture, don't you? I mean, you know, it's not rocket science, as they say. Rocket science is fascinating. Oh, I think that goes that way. Otherwise the sheep would be standing on the head. Good job I noticed that. See, you get spaces like that. And which is the right way of that? I'm going to put it that way. And the zigzag covers it. Which is why I'm not being too pedantic about all of this. So that's that, and then just these at the top. And the art glitter is certainly strong enough by a long way to hold those in place while you take them to the sewing machine. Don't be put off if you don't have a sewing machine. It really doesn't matter. As long as you stick them down properly, there won't be a problem with them. Right, so all I'm going to do now is just tidy up the back. So the top and the bottom are sticking out because we moved them up a little bit. You can see all your inaccuracies in all the glory when you turn it over. There we go. Right, so there's bits of this that I want to save because, you know, they'll go in there. The rest, however, I am going to throw out because otherwise it's going to start to get like totally ridiculous. So what I would do is take that to the machine, add zigzag all along there, and then I would straight stitch around the edge. That's not for any reason at all. You can zigzag around the edge if you wish. I just think it looks neater when it's straight stitched. That's just my preference. So that one's ready to sew. I'm not going to do that now because the machine's there and it would involve moving. So that's not going to happen. Right. So I think we can begin to work on one of these. Maybe even two of these. Let's get out what I had prepared and see if it comes back to me what I was going to do. Because I can't remember. Yeah, it involved a CD case. Ah, yes, and it involved that. This lace, guys, honestly, look at this. How absolutely flipping gorgeous is this? Is that the right way? Yeah. I ordered it from a good friend, thinking, because I never look at the size of anything, so I thought it was going to be maybe top about 2 inches. And it's not, it's a bit bigger than that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, nearly 5 inches that is. So it's, you know, it's a it makes it difficult to place, doesn't it? Because it's so blinking large. But I've done my best, and I'm thinking that I'm going to put it on a page. Maybe this one. Doesn't really matter anyone. I really like that though. But you know, you've got to lose something. And what I've done is I've backed it onto that same cream card, just so we can put things in and out of a pocket without it getting all curled over and whatever. So I've just stuck it down onto there, then I've kind of fussy cut around it, and I'm thinking that would make a really nice pocket that we don't actually have to do any more with. You could, you know, you could leave it without fussy cutting it if you like, but I just like the idea that we could see through to what was behind. It was just a bit open, you know, to make, see what I mean? It's quite an open, your card would just get stuck in there. It would drive you mad forever in the day. So, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to kind of centre that, and then I'm going to stick it. And then we're going to make a little card to go in it. So what I'm going to do, actually, I think, is put glue on here. No, that's not good. That's not what I want to do. Let's cut it where I want it. That's the other thing about doing this. You've taken all the stretch out of it. So, does that look level and even? Yeah, not bad actually, not bad. So let's just flip that over. It's not even.
No. The leaf on the left hand side is over the end of the page, and the other one's not near the end of the page.
Yeah, I'm just going by here. By what's there. See if I move that over.
Depends which you want, even, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because that rose is offset.
Well, that rose looks pretty central now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that then. We'll hold that down, and then I'm going to draw a line with my pencil. There's not much spare there, to be honest. So that's where I want to glue, just inside that line, and here. So let's do that. Let's just glue that. I mean, that just doesn't even look anything like straight. Let's put that on where the lines are and see what it looks like. There and there. No, I mean, come on. Even I can tell that's not straight.
I mean, use your clips.
Let's rub these out, because otherwise I won't know. I won't know where I'm gluing to. You can tell I haven't made a junk journal in a while, can't you? Mr. F's come out with a brainwave. Use your clips. He's full of brainwaves. Right, let's try this again then. Let's get the clips out. So I want that centralised about there. I think that's fine. These are just not even. We're just going to have to live with that. So let's get that straight on the bottom. That's just about there at the half. A quarter, should I say? No, half. And that needs to come up a little bit, you see, to be at the half. What does that look like? I think that's got to be about right. There's not much more I can do with that. I am just going to draw a line. Quite a thick, chunky line, so I know that's the one. I wasn't anticipating this to be troublesome. So I'm going to put some glue down it just inside that line, quite a bit as well. And then I need to put some glue along the bottom because it's a pocket and we don't want things just flying out of it. Although it's funny, but we don't. So I'm just drawing a sort of straight line along there and then some glue just inside that line there. They should work. That's actually, hopefully. Yeah, they should work. Right, let's do it this way, shall we? That's probably the safest. No, hang on. I've just put glue around the rows. It's just going. Oh, this is mad. It's a mad day today. Alright, I did not want that glue there. I wanted it on the bottom. Because if I put it there, yeah, you won't be able to get anything in. It'll look pretty, but it'll be totally useless. Right, so let's put some glue along the bottom, shall we? I think I'm just like making more of this than I need to be honest with you. And I've just taken that glue off with my fingers. Oh, it's all gone off.
Kim says she thought so.
Oh, should have shouted louder. Right, I think I've done it to the right side this time. If I haven't, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it and walk away. Right, so that's the top, and this is the top. Okay, so I want that to the bottom of the lace, like that, like that, like that. Please be all right. Don't make me look a complete Charlie again. I don't like looking like a Charlie. And there you go. So you see, it's a very simple thing to do.
As easy as that. Even an idiot could do it.
So easy. So easy to do. Honestly, I don't know what's going on. So I'm just going to cut that excess off. Oh, dear me. I mean, 10 to 1 on, you won't have this exact lace, so you'll have different problems. It's better if you leave the glue till it dries, in all fairness. It does make a tidier job. There we are. Look, how simple. How simple. Okay, there we are. We have it. We have a pocket. Yeah, it looks lovely. What we need is something to put in it. Now, I've gone ahead and I have cut out this. This, I'm afraid to tell you, is from the German Edith. So it's smaller. But there is a... You'll find a similar one in the Edith. See if I've still got it in this book or not. I think it was more like June, possibly. Yeah, this has all been heavily scavenged. Yeah, those are those leaves, look, that I used on the tag. June, they're in June. Black Bryony and wild service tree. Service tree.
Jen says you sounded like Julia Childs.
Julia Child.
It's so simple, and remember, you're the only one in the craft room and 33 of your best friends. It means nothing to me, I'm afraid.
No, I'm going to have to look her up. Going to have to look her. Who is she, Jen? I don't think I've still got that page. But, you know, that's quite a similar page. You could do the same with that. Those are the leaves. Oh, no, they're different leaves. We haven't come to them yet. They're further down the line. I must have used that page. Oh, snakes. Why would you put snakes in a book?
Jen says it looks so different in the German version.
They do, actually. That would make a nice one as well. Yeah, no, it's gone. It's been used for something, I'm afraid. Never mind. So what I've done is I have just taken this, which was half the page, and I think it was for the month of June. And I've just backed it with that cream card. I've inked around it, and I got my postcard stamps out, which are grossly underused because I just don't really make junk journals anymore. And I used that stamp there, and then I drew a line down the centre using a ruler and a fine liner. And I think that came out pretty good. I like that. Julie, if she ever watches this, will be looking at this saying, round the corners, round the corners. But I'm not going to. And that, hopefully, should just fit in there. Oh, and it doesn't because the glue's too high. Right, I'm going to have to do a bit of doctoring. Where do you want to go to? It wants to go to there, so I need a little bit off each side. Don't forget, if something similar happens to you, don't forget to take it off each side, otherwise your postcard won't be in the centre anymore. You could have guessed that wasn't going to fit, couldn't you, by the sort of day that we're having. So...
Sharon says cookery writer.
Oh, right.
And Louise says, who are your postcard stamps by?
Timmy, Stampers Anonymous. They are called postcards, and it's CMS 099.
Answers on the postcard.
They're fabulous, aren't they? Right, let's see if if I've taken enough off for this to work. Yeah, that's grand. I like that. If I put it in the other way, would we see more of the bird? Yeah, we would. So I'll put it that way. And just to please Julie, I'm going to round my corners. I'm only going to use the 1/4 inch one. And at some stage, this will probably get sewn around. There we go. So that's my little birdie. And just needs now another lick of ink where we've cut him. I am using my new vintage photo, but I'm really not going to town on it. I do like this though. I love that set of postcard stamps. I bought them when I was really junk journaling, and making a lot of journal cards. But since then, I seem to have given up making junk journals. Right, so that's going to pop into there, and that's one page. We've made a page. You could, of course, and we probably will, add more to that pocket. It'll take more. There's plenty of room for more. But let's be brave and let's stick this in our journal. So, this is going to be a cover, and as I tell you, it's going to be something different from these collage pages that are inside. It's probably going to be a big Edith image or, you know, something like that. So this is going to get stuck onto there, like so. It's going to look nice, I think. So for that, I'm going to use my colour. Do you think it's time for a brew, Mr. F? Do you think so?
I think it's a long past time.
Yeah, I do. Can you make mine in my thermos, please? I may be here some time. Mr. F, I asked Mr. F if he would order me some art glitter because basically that's all I've got left in the world. And he said, you can't have any because there isn't any in the country. They don't ship during the winter, and if you haven't got any, you haven't got any. You'll have to live with it. So I had a little tantrum, and off he went searching for glue that would be comparable. And he found some stuff that the Victoria and Albert, hello, come back, that the Victoria and Albert Museum use. So it's obviously, and it's what do you call it, by the Queen?
Royal warrant.
Royal warrant, yes, it's got a royal warrant, and it's used by the Victoria and Albert Museum, and it seems to be a similar sort of stuff. So he's ordered me some of that. See what that has to say for itself. Who knows? Right, so that's it. There we have it. Page 1. Let's put our little birdie in. And as I say, we probably will come back to add more to that. But that's a start to that page. Looks nice, doesn't it? It's a lovely, lovely page. Right, page 2. So let's take one of our pages, which are where here. Doesn't really matter which one, this one's fine. A CD case. This is a tab that I have cut out of the fly page of Edith. It was brown, sometimes they're green. Yeah, this one's brown. See it just inside the cover? It's brown. It's a perfect match for it, obviously, that's why they've used it. So, right, now then, let's get this CD case sorted in the way that we want it. Now it's good. I'm going to make it into a top loading pocket. So I want to strengthen these edges. So what I'm going to do is just cut along here, glue that little bit that we've got. Just check that it folds over nicely. Yeah, glue that little bit and stick it back down just to reinforce that edge. The way that I used to do with envelopes, but I suppose this is an envelope, isn't it, of sort? So a little bit of glue, and it just reinforces that edge, because these CD cases are not the thickest things in the world. So fold that in all the way along, tuck it in at the corners, like that, lovely, and just give it a bit of a smoosh down, like that. So that's reinforced this side, but we need to reinforce the other side too. So any bit of scrap paper that you've got will do, this will do. I don't need it to be that long, just a little bit of it. Let's put a little bit of glue on there. Straight across, we're going to cut those little bits out. There we go. Just pop that on. Can't see what I'm doing. Like there, just right along the edge. I think that's the wrong edge. This edge is a straight one, I think. and that will reinforce that. So we've got now both the front and the back part of it reinforced. And I'm just going to cut out those little bits. Don't know where my little scissors are. Oh well, I'll use the Timmy ones. Yeah, just cut out a brad. Thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.
So yeah,
anything?
I don't think so. I didn't make any big blunders, if that's what you mean.
No.
Seems to be a day for blunders.
This is if anybody was asking anything.
I don't know. I can't do and read.
Kerry says, do you hope to find your way back to junk journals someday?
I don't know. Honestly, Kerry, I don't know. Kerry.
Yeah.
Chocolate biscuits on the naughty step candies. Lovely. I don't know. Right at this moment, they're not awfully appealing to me. I'm feeling more of the sort of arty way of going on. I know that virtually everybody on here, I love butter too, Johnny, joined because it's a junk journal group. And, you know, I'm sorry, because it's not really a junk journal group anymore. And I do apologise about that, I really do. But I can only do what I feel. You know, I'm not doing this to pay the mortgage. I'm doing it because I enjoy doing it. And so if I start doing things that I'm not really enjoying, then it becomes a job. And that's really not what I want at all. So, yeah. Anyway, that's that. So, will I go back to junk journals? I don't know. I honestly don't know. So what I want is a piece of text. And this, I think I used a piece out of my German book, but you can use a piece, any bit of Edith, but I might as well use this German stuff on a back of a page that's got nothing on that I want. What's on the other side of that? Yeah, that'll do nicely. Needs to rip out ever so easily. I love that picture. Right, so I'm going to cut this to the width that I want it. I'm just going to tidy off that edge there. Like so. And then see what width do I need. From there to there. I might have a bit of white space on it, but you know, don't worry about such things. Yeah, always keep these. They're great. I mean, this one's even got a number on it. So yeah, great to write on, stamp on, whatever, and add to your piece, you know. So yeah, I mean, I understand if people wander away because I'm not doing the things that interest them. I really do understand that. And I'd miss you. I'd miss any of you that leave. But, you know, same thing. It's your life. And why should you be watching things that don't hold your interest?
I don't think anybody's going anywhere.
Right, so this is the top. And this is going to go in there, hopefully. I could do with that being a bit narrower. There's no point struggling with this. So I'm going to take it off that side. There we go. So this is going in there like that. And it's going to get stuck in, so when you remove the tag, there's still something to hold your attention. In German. My desk's beginning to get messy again. I was really good for a long time and everything was really clean and tidy. Yeah, it's not anymore. So I am going to put some glue on this and I'm going to stick it down to the back. Has Keong appeared?
I've not seen her.
Huh.
Everybody says they love your junk journals, but they're also loving what you're doing.
Oh, that's kind of you. That's very kind. Because actually, Mr. F and myself had this conversation. I think it was after last week's live. And I was saying, you know, I feel sorry, really, because people have joined me. I feel sorry when I'm joining people even, actually, because they've gone on what it says, Miss Paintalot's junk journal group. And they think they're going to learn junk journals. And I'm not teaching that. So, right, I'm going to slide that into there.
No, but everything's transferable.
Yeah, it's all paper crafting, isn't it? Oh, come on. In you go. I did this differently with the one that I practiced on. I wondered how I got it in. I didn't. Oh, no, no, no. Come on. Well, everything's going wrong today. Hooray! It's in! It's a bit crushed up. No, it's not actually. It's all right. I think it just had one bit it was caught on. Right, there we are. Now, you will see that if I put that like that, it's very, very tight. It's too tight. So what I did with mine was I inked it all up. I'll show you how I inked it. This is a blinking transferable skill, isn't it? We're always inking things. So it's very white, this CD cover, which is why I'm kind of putting a fair bit on. But I don't mind if it's got white bits on it. So I'm going to go around the inside as well. Now there's acetate there. And you don't want to be inking your acetate, but just carry on regardless. Just pretend it's not like it's not there. Inky, inky. As Gail would say. And with inking, we're thinking. Right, so there we are. Now, as I say, I've got all this ink on here. So just take a piece of kitchen towel or something like that and just wipe it off. And it comes straight off. If you leave it, it will dry. But with water, you would get it off anyway. But just do it as soon as you've done it. And it just comes off. It's like magic. So there we are. Right. So we've got the back, we've got the pocket made at the top, but as I say, it's a bit on the wide side for my page. So let me just circle through my things, because somewhere, this is what I did with mine. I sewed all around it, bringing it in. So you see how much I brought it in there. Well, it's a good 1/8 on either side, if not a little bit more, and not much at the bottom. And then after I'd sewn it, I trimmed it off, inked it the edge again. So I've got this, but smaller because I've sewn it. Okay, does that make sense? Does it make sense, Mr. F? I've glued this into the back, yeah, which there's no need to glue it if you're going to sew it. That was where I went wrong. You just need to put it in, and when you sew around it, you catch it with a sewing. So, I didn't need to do that. But anyway, I've put my paper in the back That's going to be there when the tag comes in and out. So when you remove the tag, you'll still have this. But it's too wide for the page. So I've taken my sewing machine and I've come in quite a bit and sewn all around it with a straight stitch. Not the top, because obviously even I realised that you wouldn't get anything in, although I've tried that trick already today, haven't I? Now, if you glue the top, you won't get anything in. So that's what happened. That's why this one is not as wide as that one. So altogether, I'd say that's about 3/8 that I've taken off there. Right, so now you can see that it does fit. I would say that fits nicely. That's a nice fit for that page. You've still got a little bit here and it'll flip out and everybody will be happy and hooray, hooray. It's a holiday. Now I've got this little bit of tatting here and I do quite want to include some, it's all right, don't worry. Don't worry, Mr. F's looking at my pocket.
Are you going to put Flappy on it?
Yes.
That's all right then. Just check in.
I know, it's a good day to check up on me because this is tatting. It's not crocheted lace, it's tattered. It's been mechanically tattered, but tattered nonetheless. And I really like it. So I'm going to just put a bit down there. That's what I'm going to do. Now you need to use, if you're using art glitter, you need to use a fair bit because it just gets swallowed up into that textile. You could use collal or anything else. I don't know why I'm using art glitter glue, but that's obviously what I'm doing. And I'm just going to put this on. It's not very even, it's got uneven bits in it, but I quite like it all the more for that actually. So this journal will have the usual junk journal suspects in it, you know, altered paper clips, flippy flappies, notebooks, you know, the usual things that in a previous life I used to make all the time, except this time it's going to be Edith and lace. So there we are. I've put that bit of lace on. Let's just trim it top and bottom. You might want to come back and put a little dab of glue just at either side. I'll show you. That's too small for even my bit box. Yeah, just along the top here, just there. Because lace, and particularly tatting, frays like the very devil. If indeed the devil frays. It's a topic for another day. Right, so I've got my lace on. Great, I need to make a tag for here. And then we've got the back. Because when it flips over, we've got this and it's got nothing on it. So let's make the tag first, which I'm also going to use text for, because I like it. I like the way it looks. But I'm going to use British text this time, so you can actually read it. And I want as much text as I can get. So about there. So I'm going to make a mark there, a mark here. Yeah, then I'll come back and see what height I want. I'm going to have to do that with a ruler because Timmy trimmer doesn't go up that to that width. Scalpel. I had to get a new blade in my scalpel this morning because of all the fussy cutting. I'm just thinking this is the edge of the envelope. We want it so it'll fit inside. Good thinking. So you don't want it too much less because it'll show here. So just a little bit. Let's just take that down to the bottom bead here. So I want it to fit in, but not have too much room. So let's just cut that off as well. I think I'm going to do it this way because there's not enough room to see if I'm square. Let's do it this way. Is that square? I don't know.
Judy says, if Edith has lace or tatting, the important question is, will she have any pearls?
I don't think so. That's Judy off. She's not watching anymore. No pearls. I'm out of here. I don't think so, actually, but I could be wrong. Where's my thingy? Here it is. Right, let's see if this wants to go in first off. No, it's still too wide. Blimey, come on. Get a grip. So let's just trim a tiny little bit off there. It's not by much. I'm taking, I would say, an 1/8 off there. Maybe a generous 1/8, but an 1/8. No, sorry, Judy, I don't think so. But you never know how she's going to evolve, do you? Right, that fits in there. Like that. That's great. So I just want to, when I've got that in there, I want to mark where the top is. Which is there. Cut that off. So we've got ourselves, finally, a tag that's going to fit in there. Finally. I was pretty sure I'd already cut one out, but obviously I haven't. So what we need is to back that with cream paper. Let me just have a look, because I was pretty sure that I already had one of these. I don't think so. I'm not seeing it anywhere. No. No, no. Right, so let's just back this with cream paper. So when it comes out, oh, I'm certain I had one of these. Never mind. Something's not square here. Oh, dear me. Never mind. Right, let's do this tag. We can do it. We can absolutely do this. It's just making a tag. I must have made hundreds in my life. Okay. So let's get that straight with the bottom, because there's something not right about this. I'm running out here. So let's just get that there. And let's see if that's straight up there. Well, it looks pretty straight. I'm going to have to bring it in a little bit though, because that's where the mark is. I'm making a very, very simple job look so complicated. It's not complicated. You all can do this much better than I am doing today, I can tell you. One of those days where things don't go right. Right, so I now have my journaling card. Yay! I need to probably round the corners. Where did I put that? Up here. Just with a 1/4 inch one. Which one's that? This one. ink it, and then I would recommend that you sew around it, because you know, if you're sewing, that is, if your journal is going to be a sewy journal, I'd recommend that you sew around it. Let's ink it. As soon as I've finished this, I'm going to find this wretched tag that I made, journaling card that I made, and I'm going to be so cross. There we are, a nice bit of ink, not too much. Let's ink the back also. You can stamp or stencil on here, of course, and I probably will. If you're going to do that, it's possibly a good idea to do it before you sew, especially if you're stenciling, because sewing, it's just not flat and it can just knock your stencil off just a little bit. So if you're going to stencil, I recommend that you do it before you stitch. Right, so now I have cut myself out a tag. I've got a punch that does this, but you know, you can use a die or just a straight piece of card, whatever. And that's out the fly sheet. Have I already been here before? I feel like I've been here before. Never mind. So a bit of glue.
Joan says hi.
Hiya, Joan. Hope you and your family are okay.
She's so happy to be here.
Oh, well, you haven't missed much today, Joan. It's been a comedy of errors, quite frankly. But, you know, you get days like that, don't you? So let's make sure that we've got that folded in the centre, which I should have done before I glued it, but I didn't. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that. This will be the only thing that's popping out the top to let you know that it is actually a tag. Is that central? It's not bad. Ugh. No, it's too near that end. Like that. And come up and be sensible. Why don't you just be sensible? Right, there we are. For good or ill, that is made. So, stencil, stamp, whatever, sew around it, whatever, and we've now got a little journaling card that fits in there, and it looks like it looked before with the back paper on it. Okay, why don't you want to go in all the way? What's wrong with you? What's the problem? What's the story? No problem. Just doesn't want to go in all the way. Okay, well, for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to leave that like that. Right, so on the back, we want to cover it with cream card again, but I also want the hinge that I've already cut out somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. This is just a piece of a remnant of Edith there, and what I'm going to do is stick that down here before I cover the back, and then it can get covered at the same time. So I'm going to cut that off at the right length, which is about there. This is a drama, isn't it, today? This is an absolute drama. So let's stick that on first, and we want it to flip this way, so that the hinge wants to go on here. Let's get the glue out. Maybe I was a bit adventurous in showing you 2 pages. Maybe I should have stuck to just one. Right, so that's going onto there, like that, up the side, so as it folds like that. Let's get a page and see if that's right or wrong. It's going to go there. Yeah, that looks nice. Looks nice. So what we need to do now is get some cream card. You could use another piece of Edith. Definitely, you definitely could. But I'm just going to use cream card for all my backing.
Sharon says you're too hard on yourself, Fiona.
Oh no, it's been a bad day today though, hasn't it really? Right, so I want a piece that's going to fill that up. So let's just make some marks, shall we, and hope that they're somewhere near right. So I want it to there, and I want it to there. And this I can cut in my Timmy trimmer. Oh, I forgot I've got my coffee. After I cut this, I'm going to have a drink of coffee. And this one, hopefully this will be the right size. Is it that one? Yeah. So that should fit on there. That fits on there really well. There's a shocker. So I'm just going to rub out those little pencil marks. I can't even see that. Oh yeah, it's there. And let's ink this and then stick it on. Once again, if you're not using Edith design paper, this is a great place to stencil, stamp, you know, go to town on. Fussy cut, might do that. Or a bit of all three. There we go. So there's still plenty room there. Right, time for coffee. Look at my keep warm. Ah, yikes, that is warm. So let's get this stuck on there. Bit of collal. One of those days, isn't it? Turn me around twice and I'm lost. But I'm still here. I'm still plodding on. So yeah, for those of you that missed it, this Edith accordion book is going to be, it is in fact, 5 by 7 as opposed to the 6 by 4 that the Timmy is. Right, pop this on as near the sides as we can.
Jim wants to know if there's any Baileys in there.
Baileys, that would be nice. Yeah, that would be a really good idea, Jen. Oh, I'm bad enough without it, can you imagine? That's fine, that's grand. So, let's take this and glue it in position. I'm going to use collal for this because it slides, and sometimes when you're doing things like this you don't want an instant grab. You want something that's a bit more forgiving. So let's pop it in about there. There's no right and wrong place for where I'm putting this, just where I think I want it really. So make sure that that folds over nicely and that it's nicely nestled in there, and then press it down. So this is the bit that's going to get stuck into the book, so you'll never see this. And you won't see the other bit because it's under here. Cunning. Cunning. So that's that. Would be really nice stenciled or with an Edith design or whatever. Yeah, that would look nice. So there's just this to decorate really, because it's looking a little on the plain side. So, filled with fussy cutting ideas, I cut these two out of the proper Edith book, not the German edition. And I thought that might go up there quite nicely. And this might go sort of there, maybe a bit further around like that. And I think that looks really quite nice. I did have alternatives.
Mike says he really likes this page and flip. It's brilliant.
Mike, you know, you are such a supportive and kind fellow. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So you recognise as a woman having a bad day.
Experience shows.
Yeah. So an alternative is to have... I'm going to cut off, you know, whatever's beyond there. So I thought that I could have that and this bird. But then I thought I quite liked that, and I could save the bird for something else. I also had a butterfly, but I really honestly do not know where that went. I saw it not long ago. I don't know where it went. But I did somewhere amongst this page have a butterfly, but that's one of the options. But I think I'll keep hold of that little chaffinch and I'll use these because I quite like them. And I don't, you know, I think they look quite nice. So I just want to cover the edge of that. So that would be kind of like that. And that one there. Down a touch.
Jen says Mike's got to wipe that brown spot off his nose.
I appreciate it. So I think that looks quite nice. You know, you could stamp around here. Many things that you could do. But I quite like that. I don't know. I'm just have a quick whiz through and see if I can see that butterfly anywhere. Ah, there he is. Nearly flew off the table. So yeah, you could put that on as well if you wanted to really bejazzle it. I'll put the leaves on and I'll come back to the butterfly. I'm not sure about it. I'm not inking any of the bits that I've done, fussy cut or whatever. I'm not going to ink them because, as I said before, I think it can make them look dirty. It depends on the edition of Edith you've got. Some of the Edith pages that you get look dirty to start with, and I think if you put ink on them, yeah, you've lost any vibrancy that they might have had. So this edition isn't too dark, although I am using it in conjunction with the one that is a bit darker, so we'll see how it goes. But I don't want to ink these. So that's just covering that circle. And then this one, let's just check it. Yeah, that's going to go there quite nicely. I quite like that arrangement actually. That wasn't how they were arranged in the book. I just fussy cut them and then did that with them. Which you can do. Don't be afraid to do that. It's your book. You know, just because Edith's put something next to something else doesn't... Well, you see, it wasn't Edith. Edith didn't. The people that made the book did. They put the pictures where they are. So, yeah, you can go in and re-edit it.
Violet says everything you're doing in your art accordion books can be made to use in junk journaling, and I love it.
Thank you, Violet.
Your work is fabulous.
Oh, Violet, thank you. That's so supportive. Thank you very, very much. So I'm just going to press these down with my Clean Timmy towel. Clean Timmy for a new project. And then let's just chop those off. I might have to ink the bottom. They're all gluey, so that's going to help my scissors no end. There we go. Yeah, I think I am going to actually have to ink the bottom there, because the bottom of the thing is inked and it looks a bit odd. That's fine, doesn't need any more than that. So there we have it. Finally, yay! We have our page.
Nancy's got to go.
I don't blame you, Nancy. I'd go myself if it wasn't that I'm doing the thing. Have a nice rest of your day and thanks for joining.
Heaven forbid they should be left with me.
So that can go in there, and when you come to that page it flips out. You've got the lovely collage there, which really is nice. I really like these collage pages. I can do something on the back of here, and that's that. So we've done 2 pages. We've looked at everything that I've made during this past week. I really like that, actually. What do you think? And you see, even when you pull the journaling card out, it looks the same because we backed it with the text paper. Yeah, I like it. The only thing to think about possibly is, do I want to put stamps here, which I might, even just there, just a number or something, just to bring it up a little bit. I like the tatting. I like having it. It's nice and soft. I love the collage. And like I say, here probably needs some finishing. I'll just drop my journaling card. Oh well, it's gone. I'll pick it up later. And that kind of concludes today's Sunday debacle. Did anybody see Tim's live yesterday? I'm going to have to get this journaling card. If I kick it that way, can you get it?
You haven't kicked anything?
Oh, haven't I?
No, you kicked it under your chair.
Oh.
Do you want me to get it? Be easier.
Be easier.
Than you ballerina in.
What you saying? Yeah, so that goes in there, but really there's not much difference when it's in and when it's out because it's text anyway. Oh, that's gone in perfectly this time. I don't know what was wrong with it last time. It was just making me look like a Charlie. 2 pages done. I like this little one, postcard. Plenty journaling space, but it looks pretty. And I like our lace pocket. I mean, that's pretty sensational, isn't it, that lace? Come on. So I will probably put a video out, as I did with the Tim accordion one, every day this coming week. Things happen, you know, and it's not every day that you can do it. So bear with me if I miss a day or whatever. It's all possible. What you need now, I guess, from me, well, actually from Mr. F, is next week's tag prompt. Oh, he's disappeared out of the room. My goodness, what on earth is he coming back? Oh my goodness me.
Well, I need some pieces of inspiration, don't I?
Okay.
You have to have some inspiration.
Oh, glory. Okay.
No, yes, no?
I might have to pull out a bit.
Well, yeah. The first inspiration comes from one of my books.
It's not the giant tits again, is it?
No, it is definitely not. There's the book. You might give them a clue.
175 years of Carlisle. Carlisle is our nearest city. Yes, it's our nearest city. Don't want to lose that butterfly again. So this is, what is it? It's
Pictures.
Places in Carlisle.
Yes. Here's the second clue.
Okay. All right. Hang on till I do something with that.
This is one of your paintings.
It is of a house. Well, a door leading to a house, I guess. Yeah.
So the prompt is...
This is a roundabout way, isn't it? I've gone somewhere.
Yeah. Architectural buildings.
Architectural buildings.
Well, any buildings really.
I'll give you that.
Everything from the Great Wall of China Taj Mahal, or just some architectural feature like a door or a window.
All right, okay.
Anything to do with buildings.
Right, so you could have a window, a door, a roof, a chimney pot. That might be quite nice with a bird in it, or plants or something. Window with nice ivy, or what else am I thinking? It could be a greenhouse with Peter Rabbit. I like that idea. That's just kind of what I'm thinking. But the idea is that it's got to be something to do with a building. Is that right?
Yes.
Something to do with a building. So, you know, anything. Your house, your nan's house, anything at all. Or just, you know, the brick wall that we did the other week. That might be quite nice. I might have to do that again.
Yeah,
No, I've
brick
already
wall,
done
door.
it. Yeah.
Any one of the 3 classical Greek columns.
Yes. Doric, Ionic and Corinthian, is that right?
Indeed they are.
Oh.
I won't bore you with the details of each. I'm sure you know them.
Yeah, it's time to go, and Mr. F's getting on his high horse. Yeah, right, okay. So thank you so much for sticking with me. Honestly, I can't thank you enough, because today's been a right waffle fest and not a whole lot's gone right. But we've got there in the end. So this is going to be our new project, and it's Edith Accordion Accordion Book. There's 7x5 this time, so if you're making one yourself, there's 7 tall, 5 wide. Okay, and all that I've done is I've collaged some pages, sewn them, and those are the pages that are going to get stuck onto there. And this one we've added some lace and a little postcard journaling card. This one we've added a flip, and it's kind of not finished because it needs, you know, something on it, but the basics are there. And, you know, if I do a video tomorrow, I'll show you what I did to it and see. I do like the idea of fussy cutting you, Edith. I will say that. Right, that's me. I'm done. I'm completely done in, actually. And I'll see you hopefully tomorrow, but not live. And definitely next Sunday, where I hope, I was prepared for today, that's the odd thing, where I hope it'll go a bit smoother than today, but thank you for sticking with me. I so appreciate you. I really do. So don't forget, the tag prompt for next week is anything to do with a building. I think we can say that, can't we?
Anything to do with a building, everything from the Great Wall of China to a door.
To a door. Okay, could be a hopper hole. See you next Sunday. Do take care of yourselves and those you love, and be kind. Okay? Bye.
Bye everyone, be careful, be safe, be happy, and see you soon. Bye.
Bye.